Freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.
Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspectives, and I am your host, Bruce Anthony. Thank you for listening and watching wherever you get your podcasts and video podcasts. Subscribe, share, like, comment, and rate us. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at unsolicited_perspectives. You can find us on Twitter and TikTok at unsolicited_PER. Watch us live now. Watch us live every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and YouTube. Our audience continues to grow with each and every episode, and I humbly thank you.
On today's episode, just so happens to be the 40th, we're going to be giving you guys a sneak peek at our Patreon page and some segments that we have on various shows. But first things first. This is our 40th episode, and I'm really excited at the fact that we've got 40 unsolicited perspectives with me, Bruce Anthony, under our belt. We have been doing this since November. It's now April. We took a short hiatus during the holidays, but thankfully you guys kept listening. You kept watching us grow throughout our different equipment struggles and software struggles, and just trying to give you guys good content with good quality. And you've been rocking with us, so I'm appreciative. So as a 40th episode kind of celebration, what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys clips of our Talking Straight-ish with me, Bruce Anthony, and our After Hours Uncensored. Parental discretion is advised on this one because I'm not taking out any of the cuss words. So this is going to be explicit. It's raw, real. I want to give you guys a taste of what we do on our Patreon page. Once again, you can find our Patreon page at patreon.com/unsolicited perspective. It's $5 a month. You get Talking Straight-ish and After Hours Uncensored. Pretty much about 8 shows a month, 4 plus hours worth of extra content for only $5 a month. And here's just a little sample of what we have to offer. But once again, humbly, I want to say thank you for rocking with us and following us. Spread the word, tell your friends about them, introduce them to segments, shows, whether it's through our audio or our video podcast on our YouTube page. We just appreciate the following that we've gotten, and thank you.
My point is, I deserve to get high from time to time. Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the After Hours.
Welcome, motherfucker, to the After Hours.
Yeah. But like I was saying, I was either going to go with that or, like I was saying, you know, I had to beat the bitch's ass. Oh, hello, everybody. Old girl.
Did you watch that TikTok that I sent you that was Take 6 with Michael McDonald?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Look, he's one of the only ones that are invited to the barbecue. Who else are white singers?
Bobby Caldwell. What you gonna do?
Right.
Well, that's all. He's already at every cookout because we play that song at every damn cookout.
What about the boy from Lincoln Park?
Yes, you know who's also invited? Nirvana. Nirvana's invited.
Well, they can't sing though. That's just a hot song.
No. The black people love Dave Grohl, and black people love Nirvana. And I figured out why. Dave Grohl did an interview and he was like, oh yeah, that drum sequence for Smells Like Teen Spirit, I just took that from the Gap Band. And I was like, motherfucker, that's why we let it.
He said all of his drumming is from the disco era and the funk era. He was like, all I did was steal everything. And they were like, you motherfucker. And okay, I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
At least he acknowledged it. See, he didn't steal it and then run with it and pretend it was on. He was like, no. I'm a fraud.
Yeah.
I stole everything from y'all.
Yeah. Then I think he spoke to the drummer of the Gap and he's like, man, I'm just doing you. He was like, yeah, I know.
Yo, I just hit my head on this wall. That made me laugh so hard. I almost knocked myself out just now. God damn.
You don't think I know my own drum pattern? I know that's me. You know what you're talking about. I'm congratulating you. I'm saying you're doing a good job being me, sir.
So how high did you get yesterday and why? Just in general? What'd you do? Take edibles or smoke?
Yeah, you know it.
Okay, so there was one episode when we were filming. Yeah, I heard it. I think I may have cut it out, but I wasn't sure.
No, I listened back to it because I had to go into work, and I listened back to it, and I was like, I hear that damn chingling. Usually she sits here quietly. Sometimes she acts like a jackass. Why did I get so yesterday I got invited to my nephew. He's turning 18 actually on the 14th. So it's my friend's son. And he was like, yeah, I want all the aunties there. He had his friends over and everything. And, you know, we made like, his mom made tacos and she made this little charcuterie board, but it was all junk food.
That's not a charcuterie board.
Yeah, it was like, I'll send you a
just because you put it on a board, don't make it. It's got to be a charcuterie board. Charcuterie. You know what I'm trying to say.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie board. It's certain elements that have to be on that board.
You can make a junk food version. I'm telling, when I tell you it looks fantastic, and his friends came in and was like, oh, God, my mom's never do this. It was so cute. She felt very proud of herself.
What was the food on the junk board, charcuterie board?
Yeah, I mean, she had everything. Skittles, chocolate covered pretzels,
Wait a minute, she just had loose Skittles about?
They were in a martini glass.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So it was gummy bears, gummy worms. Like it was really good. I'm gonna send you a picture of it now. It was really good.
I ain't gonna get it because I got my phone on airplane mode because I'm getting tired of every time I record an episode that even if I turn my phone on Do Not Disturb, it'd be little notifications from like Uber Eats and it'd be like, bing, bing. I'm like, yep. Damn it, I'm recording right now. Why does this not? My phone could be dry as hell all damn day, but as soon as I try to record, bing, bing.
100% of the time, and that's why I turned the volume down and I turned the ringer off.
I did that, and the notifications still sound. They still set off a sound.
It shouldn't when you turn the volume down.
You would think it shouldn't, but it has.
We are old as hell. We can't even.
It's easy. All I gotta do is Google to fix it. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. So anyway, you know, I had told them how our parents raised us. Of like, you know, once we hit a certain age, usually around 15, 16, Dad lets us drink in the house. Yep. Because we have to be in the house because he's like, y'all are going to go out there and do it. At least let me watch you and teach you how to drink, not to mix stuff and different things like that. So we could have friends over. They could drink.
Which, by the way, I think was a good idea, but I definitely took advantage of it. Like, my house was the house that everybody came over to drink, and then we left out afterwards.
Yeah, we weren't supposed to leave.
We weren't supposed to leave, but we left. But also, because he did that, going to college wasn't no big deal.
No. And so we didn't go to college and lose our minds.
Right.
I remember, you know, I started going to bars early because I never got carded because I looked grown. So, but I never even by the time it was my 21st birthday, it was old hat. I've been drinking for years at that
right.
point, you know? So it really wasn't that big a deal, but that also means that when we went out in the world, we didn't go crazy. So actually they started to do that with their, you know, a couple of my friends have kids that are teenagers. And so
did they learn that from you? Did they get the idea? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They were like, you know, when you talk to us about that. So I let them sip a little wine, you know, understand the taste of it, things like that. I let them have their little hookah and things like that. And so, you know, the kids were just hanging out. They had their little, you know, they had their little weed, you know, right. They smoke their little weed, you know, that's nice. That's
smoking
nice.
The weeds.
But you know, it's kid weed. It's not gonna really, you know.
Is it kid weed?
I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what these kids be smoking these. I know when we were smoking at their age, our stuff was mostly sticks and seeds. Like it was. It was terrible. When I finally got some good weed and I was just like out in the stratosphere.
Well, that's because it was illegal.
Yes.
You know, it was illegal.
Still illegal here in Georgia. It's still.
I don't think that's ever going to change.
Yeah, it's the South. It's not.
I think there was something on the books. I think I don't know if they changed it, but I know by the turn of the century, Georgia still had some laws on the books that was just like, what? Like sodomy was still
That's still illegal in a couple places.
Right.
I mean, they don't enforce these old rules, but they have a lot of old rules. Like
they could if they wanted to. And there was one case where I think they did. Before I bring this stuff up, I really need to do some research.
Yeah. We'll put a pin in it. We'll put a pin in it. Old laws that come up, the motherfuckers try to fuck you over with it. We'll put a pin in that.
Right.
But you know, I also brought my stuff. I'm trying to cut down on drinking. I'll get high instead. Well, everybody knows I get high. It's not news. So I brought, some brownies, and I had some, and we all had some. Not the kids, because I don't think the kids are ready for the strength that we do. Just for the adults.
Right.
I too wasn't ready for the strength. I thought her knife set was a set of hot combs.
Wow. Okay.
I start talking about outer space a lot. What do you talk about when you get high? Like, it just occurs to me when I'm high that we're just on a space rock flying through space right now.
Floating.
We're moving. We're flying through space. We're moving.
We're moving, but we're not flying. It's more of a float. It's slow. It's very slow.
Talking about a float? No, it's not.
When you float, when you're going down the lazy river, you're floating down the lazy river.
I don't think you realize how fast the Earth is going. Hold on.
The Earth is not going that fast.
How fast?
It takes 365 days to get around the sun.
Do you know how far the sun is? The Earth is traveling at 67,000 miles an hour.
Touche, motherfucker. All right, touche.
We going pretty damn fast right now. Okay? The sun is not close to us. And
I know the sun isn't close to us.
And we orbit around it. We don't go touch the sun and come back.
No, we don't get nowhere close to the sun.
Straight line.
And the sun is ginormous.
Yes. So
Earth
we're going around that motherfucker.
Compared to Jupiter, there was a picture I saw on Twitter, and they were like, they put Earth next to Jupiter.
We don't
It's so many Earths that can fit in Jupiter. This planet is small. Well, what is this planet? I think this planet is Jupiter, Saturn are bigger. Mars is bigger.
Mars is not bigger than the Earth.
Mars is bigger than Earth.
Hold on, because now I got to pull up. I got my little diagram.
Yeah, pull up that. No, you got it.
No.
Google search it.
Earth is I'm Googling it.
Right.
You know I'm Googling it. You already know.
But as you're Googling it, I don't get high anymore. Like the last couple times I got high, like I couldn't really function.
Earth is basically the same size as Venus. Mars is half the size of Earth.
Really? I thought Mars was bigger. So the only
Venus,
planets that are bigger are Jupiter, Saturn, isn't Neptune bigger, and Uranus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And Pluto isn't a planet anymore.
No, they kicked Pluto out.
Well, they call it a dwarf planet now. And Neil deGrasse I've been watching a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson clips on YouTube. I really like him.
Yes, I love him.
I really like him.
It's real.
Well, not only that, he has interesting perspectives on just life in general. Like he said to himself, he's the one I found out with the God be with you thing. Because he said he didn't want to consider himself an atheist, even though technically he is, because he says atheists tend to be mean towards people that like believe in religion.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say all of them, but that's true. But also Christians can tend to be pretty mean towards atheists.
Yes.
I remember, I'm not going to say that I lost a client, but I'm going to say this was the last conversation that we had. and she just stopped the sessions after this.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, well, I'm atheist. And I was like, oh, so you don't believe in a higher being or anything like that? She was like, oh yeah, I believe that there's a higher being. I just don't believe like in God. I was like, oh, so you're not an atheist, you're agnostic. She's like, no, I'm an atheist. I was like, no, if you believe in something, or if you're kind of, I don't really know for sure, that's agnostic. An atheist is like, no, I don't believe in any higher being whatsoever. No, it's not true. So of course, me being me, pulled up the Google.
You can't not just be comfortable in that you're right.
No, a lot of times I can be.
Shatter her worldview.
No, I thought we had a good friendship relationship. And the excuse she gave me for not continuing on with the service was that work was becoming too hectic. And there were a lot of session cancellations. So that it could, I'm just saying, the last serious conversation that we had was, I proved to her, you're not an atheist, you're agnostic.
Why you gotta prove to people what they are?
Because sometimes people don't know who they are, and I got to point it to them and say, this is who you are.
Why do you? How is it that, why is that your business?
Because I'm trying to better the world, and sometimes people don't want to admit who they are. And so I'm going to tell you exactly who the hell you are. Like, I told somebody, yeah, I don't know how I don't be losing clients. I told a client one time, they made a comment about, Brittany Griner, right? And they were kind of getting upset about that. And they were making little comments, and I was like, the reason why you're bothered by her is because she's Black. What? No, I don't have, what are you saying? What you mean what I'm saying? The reason why you got a problem with it is because she's Black. If she was white, you wouldn't have a problem with it. No, I'm just bad that they're not getting other people out. Oh, he has gotten other people out.
Yeah.
Like he has. Well, there's still people trapped in there, and they got out this basketball player. The only reason why you're pissed off about it is because she's Black.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it is.
Yeah, that's what it. So I remember saying it. I'm telling a friend of mine what I said, and the person was just like, I can't believe you said that to a client. I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. I'm going to call out hypocrisy and people being wrong.
Yeah.
Am I going to let it slide sometimes? No. I'm not.
I use my discernment at this point. I've been looking at motherfuckers. I'll be like, okay, do I truly care about this? No. Okay, then you're atheist. Sure, whatever you want to believe. I'll let somebody else call you stupid later.
I guess I only do it to people that I'm comfortable with, right? Like there's some type of familiarity with it. I'm not going to randomly walk up to a person on the street and be like, you're wrong, and this is the reason why you're wrong. But if I feel like I give an insight to somebody, just as I want people to give me insight. Let me give you an example. The person didn't give me insight, but I caught myself. Mm. Have you seen the movie You People yet?
Yes.
What did you think it was good?
Yeah, I liked it.
I've heard mixed reviews about it. Huh?
Damn. First of all, she's Elaine. She's Elaine Bettis.
Yeah.
Number one. But
actually, that's not her only funny show. Like,
I know, because it's got Veep also.
But there's another show. She's got the show, and I don't think it's well known, but she won awards for it. It's The New Adventures of Christine
Christine, yes. The New Adventures of Old Christine.
I actually think
also hilarious show.
I think that was funnier because I think Coulson is on that.
Yes.
Is on that show. Yo, she's just hilarious. But go ahead, what was you saying?
I forgot.
She ain't even high, y'all. She ain't even high.
No, I was just saying that Julia Louis-Dreyfus was hilarious in that, but you were talking about You People.
I wonder,
getting mixed reviews.
I was wondering if, like, because her and Eddie were on Saturday Night Live together. I wonder if they are cool.
Why?
I don't know.
Eddie Murphy is not Muslim.
No. Well, I don't know what he is. Like, how do you know? How do you know that?
I don't think he's Muslim. I've never heard him say.
Dave Chappelle is.
All praises to Allah.
Dave Chappelle is Muslim. He just doesn't. He's just not outwardly.
But there's people that I know. Like I knew Mahershala Ali was Muslim. Like
I mean, it's Mahershala Ali. Yes, he's Muslim. It's Ali.
Maybe he's Muslim. Maybe he's Muslim. I don't know.
Let me go back to my original point because I'm getting off topic. So I was talking to a Jewish friend of mine, and he was like, "Yeah, I've heard bad reviews, and it's not getting a lot of good pub in the Jewish community. And I was like, why? It's like, yeah, the portrayal that the Jewish community is giving it was a lot of jokes that were going back and forth, but the Jewish people didn't stick up for themselves enough. And I immediately was like, they getting offensive over that. I was like, the whole movie was offensive. And then I had to catch myself because it was like, I felt myself getting annoyed that Jewish people are so quick to be offended. Yeah. And then I'm like, yo, wait a minute. If this was something that was offensive to me, I'm going to outwardly say it. And I get pissed off when people tell me, oh, just get over it. I had to catch myself. And then it got back to the point of, I was like, oh, this is just a normal human reaction. And you got two choices, right? You got a choice to either acknowledge it and be like, oh, this is like, I'm wrong in this. I can't hide my initial reaction. You can't control your initial reaction, but you can control every reaction. You control your actions to your reaction. Yeah. Okay. Or I could just be dug in. And I was like, I'm not going to be dug in, but I will call people out if I see that they're dug in. Yeah. And I'll be like, no, you're wrong. And here are the reasons why you're wrong. And this is why you need to see it. So that's what I'm talking about. I'll call people out on stuff like that because not everybody is so self-aware like I am.
That was the time for air quotes.
Welcome to Talking Straight-ish. That shit with Bruce Anthony. And I'm not going to go on a rant, but this is going to be kind of like a rumble about something that happened to me at the gym today. And I think overall, it's something I want to talk about on the main show. I want to get with a fitness professional. Yes, I am a fitness professional. Let me rephrase that. I want to get with a female that's a fitness professional that isn't really connected to me. I think I have an idea who I want to interview. I just need to reach out to them. So I'm in the gym today and I'm working out. And I'm hitting hard today. I'm hitting shoulders and trap. And that's one thing about me. When I'm hitting upper body in the gym, I get that muscle pump. Shit look good. I ain't gonna lie. I be looking in the mirror and I be like, damn, who are you? Adonis Creed? Who are you? Michael B. Jordan with no hair? Nevertheless, so I'm in the gym today and I'm working out. I'm sitting at a bench and a personal trainer that I know in there. I don't know them, but like they've been the same personal trainer for as long as I've been going to that gym, and or at least for the last 5 or 6 years. Like I know who they are. I just don't know them personally. Very attractive female. Very attractive. Like if my bestie saw her, and I know my bestie is watching this episode. If you saw her, you'd be like, that's absolutely your type. But I know never to cross the line in the gym because I've done it before. And this particular gym that I'm going to, I've done it at this particular gym because I've been going to this particular gym off and on since 2010. I messed with somebody back in the day at that gym and things didn't work out, and I could never go back. I couldn't go back to that gym for a while. When I mean a while, I mean like 3 years. It's a long time, right? So I'm not going to shit where I work out. I like that gym. I don't feel like switching gyms. It's right across the street from my place. I'm not leaving that gym. So I'm not going to mess with this young lady. But anyway, we wave to each other, say hi to each other every time that we see each other. And it's just about every day. And she was training somebody and she comes up to me and she was like, hey, do you mind if we train right here? I'm like, no, of course, go ahead. And right here is literally right behind the bench that I'm working out at. Do they have other places that they can work out? Yeah. I don't know why they chose this one particular spot. The ego in me said she wanted to be up close because she saw I was getting it and them shoulders and traps was looking fantastic. That's the ego. Realistically, they were just trying to find space, and that was the best available space to the equipment that they needed to use, which was just dumbbells. So I think I'm disproving my own point because they could use it anyway. Anyway, said it wasn't going to be go off on a tangent. It was going to be a rumble. So they're working out. And once again, this personal trainer is absolutely my type. And when I say my type, she got that cow. It means her body is crazy. She got on tights. I'm not trying to be one of them TikTok dudes, right? I'm not trying to get caught looking at women. While I'm in the gym anyway, I'm very, very respectful of women in general. Like I don't go up there and critique them and their exercises unless they're about to hurt themselves. I don't sit there and try and spit game at any of the women because once again, I'm not trying to ruin where I worked out because ultimately things are not going to work out, right? So I don't want to ruin the gym that I love. And there's always this negative connotation with guys in the gym and creepiness. And there's a TikTok trend epidemic, where these women are calling out these guys. Sometimes the guys are being creepy. Sometimes the guys aren't being creepy. That's kind of what I want to talk to about a fitness professional that's a female that I don't know that's working in the gym. But I'm not trying to get caught looking at her. So I'm steadily in my phone during my breaks, or I'm looking down, or I'm directly in front of a mirror so I can see behind me and I can see them working out. At the same time, there's this woman that comes over and works out to the left of me. Because she had chose a different spot? Yes, she could have. But she's coming to work out to the left of me. And she got that cow. Like she looked better than the train. Well, she has one asset that looks better than the trainer. And I mean, it's a hell of an asset. So she's working out. So I got it behind me. I got it on the left of me. All I could do is look at the right of me, which is a dude, or in front of me and down, or at my phone. So I'm trapped because I'm not moving from my area because it's hard as hell to get a bench in there. And I'm using the bench for 40 minutes, right? Because it's all stationary, sitting down, shoulder presses. And I'm tired, right? My shoulders are screaming. So I got this girl over here with the huge assets. I got this girl behind me with a number of nice assets. And I'm trying not to look at them. In the middle of all that, the trainer walks up to the girl on my left with the huge assets. Her name is Huge Assets. The trainer walks up to the girl with the huge assets. Of course, they're wearing tights. And of course, they're wearing tights that are riding up their ass. Did I catch some glances? Absolutely, I caught some glances. What do you think this is? You think I wasn't going to catch no glances? I caught glances, but I was stealth with my glances. You got to be quick. You got to be quick. I'm James Bond at catching looks in the gym. You ain't going to catch me, right? So I peep that both of their types are riding up their ass. You know how the girls like to do, to ride up the crack of their ass. So the trainer walks up to the girl with the huge assets and she starts complimenting on her ass. And they're looking at it and they're kind of touching each other and they're doing stuff in the mirror. I shit you not. I'm thinking to myself, this has got to be a damn setup. This has got to be a setup. There's a camera around here somewhere. Somebody's going to catch me, glimpse it. And I'm trying not to. I'm peeping it out the corner of my eye, but I'm not turning my head to look at him. What I should have done is just absolutely bring attention to him. Like, hey, y'all trying to get me on this TikToks? Like, y'all ain't going to catch me. And like, go ahead with yourself. And like, go ahead and do it someplace else. It ain't got to be right here with me. They finish. They eventually leave. I finish my workout. But there's so many things that I want to talk about that. Like one, I often see women look at themselves in the mirror. Hell, I look at myself in the mirror. I'm not blaming anybody for that. Like, you go to work out. Look, I will be honest. Yes, I'm a fitness professional. I do not work out at the gym to be healthy. That's a byproduct of it. I work out at the gym to look good. That's the reason why. It's the aesthetics, right? So I'm checking myself out to make sure to see if I look good. And right now, I'm in my cut phase because it was at the winter time. And, I have to wear tight clothing or less clothing or shorts or t-shirts. It's about to get into that weather time. So I'm starting to tighten things up. But I understand women looking at themselves. I understand people looking at themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. And you know what, ladies, there's nothing wrong with you wearing those tights. Do you, boo-boo? I heard they're very comfortable. I often, because I have a fat ass, I often have a wedgie in the gym, but it's by accident. It's just because My tights are riding on my ass. It's very uncomfortable for me. And I notice it when I get up that I have a wedgie, and it's like I kind of shake my legs a little bit to shake the wedgie out because I don't want to pick at the wedgie. And it's not cool with me, but I get it. Like they say it's comfortable. Okay. You ain't got to tell me. If it's comfortable for you, if you like it, I love it. That's all I got to say. And I do love it because I love the aesthetics of it. It makes women that don't have nice assets make it look like they got nice assets. And look, I'm all for it. I have an issue with this TikTok trend. And are there some guys that's creepy? Absolutely. There's an older guy, I say older than me, that goes to the gym with me. And like, of course I look at women when I'm at the gym. Like, I look at women. Like, if you're attractive, I'm going to look at you. If you got a nice body, I'm going to look at you. That is what it is. I don't leer. That's kind of creepy. But this guy, like, there was a young lady working out, and she is very attractive. Like, top to bottom, she's even cute. She's very sweet. She's a very nice person. I've said hello in passing to her. She's just very nice. And he's like, I see her working out down there, and I'm not going to stare at her because I see her in here all the time. She's about getting that workout on. And yeah, she probably knows how good she looks. And she probably I like the aesthetics of it. And she probably wants attention from people that she wants attention from. I'm thinking that this person that is leering at her, the guy that I know that's older than me, is not one of those people that she wants attention from. But I'm also learning that sometimes what women want is different. I mean, he's not a bad looking guy. He's aged really well for himself. He's just a little creepy. He wants to hang out with me. And I'm like, I don't really want to hang out with you. I'm like, what the hell are we going to talk about? Like, we got nothing in common except for this girl who we both agree is attractive. But he comes up to me and he's like, man, she bad as hell. And he's kind of loud. And it's like, bro, if you want to talk to her, if you want to get her attention, just go up and talk to her. Like, you got a lot to kick it. Just go and talk to her, right? Like, don't make things weird. I understand females calling out males that are doing that. Like, I know when I'm getting stared at the gym, it is very uncomfortable. It is very uncomfortable. That is a small percentage of the time that I'm getting leered at compared to any woman, anywhere, right? I'm not saying I have understanding. Maybe a small fraction of it. What I do have is absolute empathy, because I know when I'm getting stared at even by somebody that I don't mind getting stared at, it's uncomfortable, right? Like, it's uncomfortable. And yeah, women are wearing those tights, but if they're comfortable in it, that's not a reason for a guy to leer. Like, he can't use it as an excuse. She's wearing those tights. She want me to look. No, motherfucker. She's just wearing them because they're comfortable. And maybe she wants you to look. Maybe she doesn't want you to look. You ain't got to be creepy about it, right? So I am not against calling those guys out at all. Some of these TikToks, though, guys are not doing that. Guys are looking around because it's the gym and you just kind of look around. And what the fuck are you supposed to do when in between your sets, right? In your rest periods, what are you supposed to do? I bury my head in my phone. And here's what's funny. I bury my head in my phone. And at my gym, they have an Instagram account. And their Instagram account posts all the lives that people like mark their location as the gym on their Instagram account. I've seen reels and photos with me in the background, with me either pushing through a workout or with me with my head in the phone, right? So this thing that I'm talking about, where I was nervous of getting caught looking at these two women with these assets right near me, is a possibility, is a strong possibility, because people are taking pictures of themselves. I do not go to the influencer gym. I will never go there because I don't go to work out to be seen. I work out so that I can be seen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't go to the gym to be seen. I work out for the results to later be seen. So yeah, no, that scares me. And I thought I was going to get hit up for the okie doke. And I pulled the trainer's card out as I was leaving. I was like, y'all was trying to get me for the okie doke. Like, what was that shit going on? She was like, there was no cameras around. I'm like, come on now. Come on now. And then she was like, I don't mind that people look. I was like, well, okay, that's good. You know, some women out there, they do mind. And I get it. I get it. Because once again, just that small fraction of percentage of time that I've had people stare at me, it's not cool. But it's also not cool is being called out for shit on TikTok. I'm not talking about me personally, because that hasn't happened to me. But what's not cool personally, but personally to me, what's not cool is being called out looking at people who are attractive or you think are attractive. Or you're not even looking at them and people are making it believe that you are. So what's the point I'm trying to make? Going to the gym almost sucks sometimes, but the results feel great. Yeah, I'm going to keep going to the gym. Plus, like I said, I'm the James Bond of this stuff looking. I'm going to keep looking. And hopefully I'll never get caught on TikTok. We teased the people in the sibling happy hour show. Mm. What the hell happened on that night where you was like, fuck Bruce forever? Like, okay. I don't fuck with him no more. So you tell your side of it, and I'll tell my.
There's no my side. It's your side, and then what happened?
No. There's what happened. And there was my vision of it at the time and my vision of it when you called me out. That's what it is. Yeah.
So at the time, I think I was probably 19. Yeah.
19 or 20.
I started working at Hard Rock. I was 19.
19 or 20, because it was during the summertime.
Yes, because we went to a baseball game.
I went to
a national game, I thought.
Was it before or after I got sick?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
We were working at Hard Rock, and a bunch of us from Hard Rock. I don't know if we got tickets somehow, or we all just decided to go to a game. And
it was a company thing.
It was a company thing. Okay.
It was a company thing.
Yeah. So a bunch of the servers, bartenders, hosts, everything from Hard Rock, we all went to a Nationals game.
No, Orioles.
It was the Orioles?
Nationals went. It was all the way to Baltimore. The Nationals were not around during that time.
It was. It was because we would have had to have passed the University of Maryland in order to get home. And that happened. Okay. So, yes, we were seeing an Orioles game. We're out in Baltimore. And naturally, what do you do at a baseball game? Watch baseball? No, you drink.
But the problem is that we picked up a third person. It was, should we put his name out there?
Nah, it was just a friend of ours.
It was a friend of ours who considered himself my big brother, and in turn your big brother. Mm-hmm. But we definitely at that time had real love for him. He was definitely, I don't know if he was family, but he was fam.
Yeah.
He was fam.
We stopped off. We picked him up on the way to the game.
And he lived in D.C. Where in D.C.? I cannot remember. But he lived in D.C. and we picked him up along the way, and he rode with us. And we were drinking either Cavassier. No, it was Cavassier. We had a fifth of Cavassier that we was drinking on the way there. Now, D.C. to Baltimore is 45 minutes on a good traffic day. This was a baseball game, so it took us a little while to get there. So we were already lit before we got to the game.
And then you get a bunch of young people in a cash business.
That got money.
Cash.
We had cash. We had that cash.
And so I remember there was an incident. You all were very drunk by this point with the chicken tender. So I think a friend, you dropped your chicken tender. You were very upset about it.
I was.
Our friend picked up the chicken tender and it was like, you can still eat it. Y'all had a little back and forth about that.
I was like, get that goddamn chicken tender out of my face.
Yes. And then leaving the game.
It wasn't leaving. I was still sitting up at top kicking it.
You're right. I was walking down, I don't know why I was leaving my seat. Maybe to go get a
drink or food or something like that.
And
yes.
I slipped and fell on the concrete steps. Because again, and also, I will also like to state, this is a time in my life where I was drinking and getting high pretty regularly because it was a pretty low point in my life at this point.
Oh, didn't know that.
Well, I kind of dark. Kicked out of school. I was back home. It was a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
And I really didn't have any direction. And you were like, well, come work at Hard Rock. And so I was like, okay, yeah, put me in a bar. That's great. So
that was my idea for you to come work at Hard Rock, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Well, because you was working at, you were working at.
I had just come home. I started going to the local community college. Mm-hmm. But I was only taking one class. I was just being real shiftless. And he was like, man, come work at Hard Rock. That's exactly how you say it. Come work at Hard Rock.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
I got hired because I was young and cute. And that's what.
And you was my sister. I remember exactly after.
Said I got hired because I was young and cute. Because he was like, "Who do you want to see when you first walk in?" It
was all females that were hosts.
You don't want to see no Baba Yaga when you first walk in. You want to see cute young college students.
But hold on, Mario didn't hire you.
Yes, he did.
Greg hired you.
Oh, well, Mario did my interview.
Yes. Greg hired, because Greg also did an interview. Because Greg came to me afterwards, because I was there I worked that day that you did an interview. Mm-hmm. And he said something to me, and I was just like, the fuck you say? He was like, yeah, no, it was like, yeah, we were going to hire your sister. I could tell y'all come from good stock. And I was like, motherfucker, what you say? I understood what he was saying. Yeah, I knew he was meant, but
say black people came.
Yeah, and I remember when I graduated and I was interviewing for the supervisor job, and he was like, "Oh, you graduated from University of Maryland with a degree from history? I didn't know that you were smart." I said, "Motherfucker, what?" Right. You've been working for me I've been working with you for 6-7 months. Yeah. You know who the fuck I am? This don't determine that I'm smart. I'm smart because you work for me every day. I was like, okay. Anyway, we sidetracking. I'm sidetracking. Anyway.
So I fell down the concrete steps, and naturally.
No, you didn't fall down the concrete steps.
Yes, I did. I fell.
No. It wasn't a fall. You danced and fell down those concrete steps.
No, I was walking and I fell. I got up and I was grabbing my back and trying to walk, and another friend of ours started calling that the jaywalk, me grabbing my back and trying to walk because I fell down concrete steps. And
this was the same time when Michael Jackson did that song, You Rock My World, where he did a little similar dance where he was coming down the stairs, and that's exactly what you did when you fell down the stairs.
I did the You Rock My World inadvertently. It's because I fell downstairs. But anyway, we leave the game. We're having a blast, but we are very drunk.
Do you remember leaving the game?
I do not remember leaving the game.
I don't remember leaving the game.
I don't remember dropping our friend off.
Mind you, once again, we're leaving a packed baseball game. I don't remember. Our friend doesn't remember because I talked to him later. You don't remember actually leaving. I'm driving. This is also a time where I stopped drinking and driving. All of this story is the moment.
Yeah.
I didn't completely stop, but I made a conscious effort. I don't want to do this. And there'd be times where I just absolutely had to.
You just take Ubers and Lyft.
Now you take an Uber and Lyft, but that wasn't available back then. Right. But this was the moment I was like, I don't mind putting myself in danger, but I put my sister in danger because we left and none of us remembered leaving.
I don't remember leaving at all.
With no traffic, it's a 45-minute drive from Baltimore to DC. And he gave me directions to get to his place, but I don't know how to get to his place back out of the city. And even if when we get to his place, to drive back up to where we want to go is another 45 minutes.
I don't know that. Did we actually take him home?
No, we dropped. Yeah.
We did?
Yeah, we
I
dropped
don't
him
remember
off.
that. The next thing that I remember is waking up in a parking lot.
Yeah.
I woke up in a Wawa parking lot.
Yeah, you
in
did.
the front seat of the car, and my brother was nowhere to be seen.
Now, for the people that don't know, somewhere along the line of dropping him off, driving in DC, the University of Maryland is right outside of DC. It's in Maryland, but it literally is right outside of DC. So I was close. So I guess I saw something familial, and I got to College Park. Probably. Yeah. That's probably what happened. And so I was like, oh, okay. And somewhere along the line, I woke up. Like memories start to come back. I wasn't blackout drunk anymore because I was blackout drunk when we left. Blackout drunk when I dropped him off. I don't remember dropping him off, but somewhere along the line, I knew where I was, and I snap out of that black off drunkenness because I remember saying to you, but it was in a whisper voice, "Hey, Jay, hey, we in College Park. I'm just going to go to the bar real fast." Now, why I decided I needed more drinks, I don't know. But you was asleep, and you had been asleep for a while. So I figured I was going to go into the bar.
Because I passed out.
You passed out. And that's when I had the Forerunner. I had the truck. So you passed out in the back.
No, I was in the front seat. And that's the thing so I must have, when we dropped our friend off, gotten out of the car, gotten in the front seat, because I feel like I remember you being like, "I'm not no chauffeur," or something like that.
Yeah.
So I got in the front seat, and then I passed out again.
Mom and Dad gonna watch this episode and be like, "I can't believe y'all did that." I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I was young.
Very dumb.
Oh,
we were young and very dumb. So I wake up in a Wawa parking lot.
Because I left you in the car to go to the bar to go have fun.
Yes. So we're on College Park campus, University of Maryland campus, and I recognize where we are. I had not started at Maryland yet because we're both a Maryland alumni. Go Terps.
But I think I've
been to the campus. I've been to the campus a couple times. You invited me to comedy shows. You invited me to sit in some of your classes.
I introduced everybody to Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
Dave Chappelle came to the University of Maryland before he was on Chappelle's show or anything like that. Before he did his stand-ups on HBO, I was on Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. So all I knew is I had to use the bathroom, and they would not let me use the bathroom in the Wawa. So I decided to go behind the dumpsters and use the bathroom.
Yeah, you did.
And so at this point, I'm pissed off because you got to remember also, this is before cell phones.
No.
It's not before cell phones, but I didn't have a cell phone.
You did?
I didn't have a cell phone.
I feel like you were texting. No, you were texting me. Yes. The texting was a thing. Texting.
I had to have figured out where you were because I didn't know where you were.
No. You were texting me. Because I was getting your text messages like, "Where are you? Where the fuck are you?
Yeah.
I can't believe that you left me here like that." And I'm in the bar and I'm like, shit. I was like, I got to finish this drink and go get my sister.
Yeah.
So I walk out and I'm like,
no, you must have told me where you were. And I'm pissed because you
didn't come to the bar.
Yes, I did. I'll tell you what happened. Yes, I did. This is why you don't even remember. So this is why I got on the instigating thing, because this is what happened. I figured out where you were. I walked over to the bar. You were coming out as I was walking up. Okay. And I was like, get in the fucking car. Like, I was pissed off.
Yeah, you was pissed.
You were just like lollygagging. And so two guys started to argue.
Yeah, that's me.
And you were like, you gonna let them talk to you like that? You gonna let
Yes, that's me. That's me.
Instigating a fight between two guys. Now I'm still like cussing you out. And I think you were trying to holler at some girl. I was like,
oh, definitely.
I was like, girl,
definitely.
Back the fuck off. I'm pissed off at this point. I was left in a fucking parking lot. Like,
hold on.
Like, I'm pissed.
I purposely went, like, I know that's my bar. Where the bar that I was at, that's my bar, right? That I'm there. I know where I'm going. And my boys will tell you, I caused the ruckus there every time we went.
Yes.
Every time.
So I finally, it takes me a while to get you back to the car.
Really? It didn't seem like it.
It took me a while to get you back to the car because you kept finding something else to get in the middle of, or
that sounds about right.
Around, goofing off, and you weren't recognizing how upset I was at this point. So we get back in the car. So we had to take Interstate 495 home. Anybody who knows 495. Now it's now like 2-3 in the morning. Mm-hmm. It's late. So there's no traffic, luckily. 495 is like 4 or 5 lanes. Maybe some points it's like 6 lanes. When I tell you, you were all over the highway.
I was?
You were not in a single lane the entire way. I kept trying to tell you to pull over and let me drive. You weren't listening to me.
Because you didn't have no driver's license at that point.
If I would have been a better driver. I knew I could stay in a lane. Because at this point, I passed out. I woke up. I'm sober at this point. Also because I'm pissed. I'm sober at this point. And I mean, you were drifting all over the road.
God, we got.
And I was like, I'm going to die tonight. And I really legitimately felt like I'm going to die tonight.
Wow.
My brother is going to crash this car. He can't even stay in a lane. And so by the time we get home, I said, he's dead to me.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And I think the next day or something, I told you what happened. You did apologize, but I'm like, nah, man, I can't fuck with you no more. We can't hang out no more. Like, I can't. And this is coming from me at this time. Again, I'm drinking heavily. I'm getting high. Like, this is coming from me. And I'm so drunk all the time back then.
And this is the point where I have to reiterate. There's a weird dynamic between our relationship because I'm so much older. It almost seems like I'm it almost seems like we didn't have a relationship as kids. We did. Well, we had a sibling relationship, but I felt like at that point, we had become friends.
Yes.
So
we had become friends when I turned 18 and you were driving me back to Howard, when we would come home on the weekend.
But this is all around the same time, right? Yeah. Like, so it is at a point now where I'm not big brother anymore. You're my friend.
Yes.
And so.
And at this point, I did not want to be your friend anymore.
Right. And it was like, I'm done with the friendship. And I don't.
It was still a new friendship. Like, let's be honest.
It's like it was a year into it.
On those rides. Like, hey, we have a similar sense of humor. I think this guy's pretty funny. Like, why didn't I notice this before? He's all right. So my brother's all right.
But you get a new friend that fuck up, and it's just like, I'm not fucking with them anymore. Yeah, like, so.
You get one chance. Like, fuck you then.
No,
I was done with you.
I'm not remembering. Like, it's so long. Like, it's at this point, it's 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't remember the ins and outs. I don't remember.
Literally, almost 20 years. It's 19 years ago. Because I'm 38.
I want to say.
I was 19 at the time because I got my driver's license.
Yeah, it was like I want to say it was 2004. Yeah, you're right. It was 2004. No, I want to say it was 2004, not 2003. Anyway, it's around that time. It's around that time.
I don't think I had turned 20 yet. It was spring.
It was probably spring.
It was spring.
You're right.
I don't think I had turned 20 yet. So
it's funny. I know I had to be with the girl. I don't know why she didn't come along.
I don't think you were dating anybody at that time.
The whole time I was at Hard Rock, I was with the girl. The entire time.
Oh, the girls we worked with didn't know that.
Well, it's because I was a cheater back in the day. Like, Mario knew it, and he'd be like, how come every time she come in here, y'all arguing? And I was like, cause you fucking up my situation. She just needs to not come in here.
Damn, you wasn't worth a damn back then.
No. Our friend, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. I won't say his name, but if he watches this episode, he knows exactly who the hell I'm talking about. Our friend went up to one of the hostess one time. It was a new hostess, and I was like, I'm gonna get with her. He was like, not before me, homie. And he walked up to me. He was like, hey. He introduced himself, said what his name is. He's like, I got a girlfriend, but I cheat. I swear to God, that's what he said. And I was like, yo, you actually admitted that? He's like, hey, I let him know out in front. She gonna be up here. My girl gonna come up in here. Best they know.
And I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, because my voice octave it went down. That's it. Was. So
and there's only one person who's that real.
It's only one person that's that real.
That's just does not care. Yes.
Yeah, it's only one person that's that real. So so how did we get cool again?
Eventually I forgave you.
How long did that last?
I think I stopped talking to you for about a month.
Was it a month? Or was it for real? Like it was a month?
It was a while.
Wow.
And it was awkward because we worked together.
And I think I was
living at home too.
Yeah, I think I was living at the house.
Yeah.
I wasn't there a whole lot because I had little shorty and I would stay at her place often.
Yeah. And I was constantly crashing at somebody's place after passing out, being drunk.
But no, I was dead wrong for that. I was dead wrong, and I knew I was dead wrong. I was like, look, if I go out drinking and driving and I hurt myself, I deserve that. Because I chose that. At that time, I still looked at you as my little sister that I needed to protect.
And I think that's what pissed me off so much because I was like, man, I drive drunk. It's just me in the car, okay?
Yeah. But your life wasn't the only one I put in danger that night.
Everybody on the road.
Everybody on the road, everybody that was in the car with us.
I distinctly remember you being all over there. And I'm not talking about like just a little bit like you were just drifting. I mean, you were back and forth. I was like, he's going to hit the guardrail. We're going to die. Wow.
I gotta thank God that the cops didn't see me and didn't pull me over because that would have been the end. Like I probably would have went to jail. I definitely would have went to jail.
You did. Right to jail.
They would have did a breathalyzer and been like, you blacked out. Woke up a little bit and decided to go drink more. Who does that?
You out during the breathalyzer, sir. Sir, wake up.
That woke me up because I was like, I'm never going to do that again, and I never did that again. After hours, how are we going to say goodbye on after hours? I like to say, all right, motherfucker.
I said, you motherfucker.
No, that's a different show though. This is a different show. You just adding motherfuckers at the end of it, and we need to stop cussing so much because mom don't really like it.
She ain't got the damn. Listen, it says uncensored.
It does say uncensored.
That's what the hell it says.
After hours and in the middle, uncensored.
If we were actors and we had to do some scene where we was naked, I don't like that. I'm not gonna quit my job just because you don't want my ass on screen. Okay, this is my work. Okay, and when it says uncensored, then you're gonna get the real raw. Okay, period. This is me, and these are the children you raised.
Mama, I love you.
We love you and daddy, but these are the motherfuckers you raised.
This show,
congratulations.
Show enough right. All right, sis. I'm gonna talk to you later. Well, I don't know. Probably be texting. We'll probably be texting later on today.
We're gonna have a whole nother discussion after you hit stop.
No, the hell we not, because I'm about to start my Sunday fun day, and I'm about to pop this bottle of champagne, make these chicken wings, eat these donuts, and watch Black Mafia Family. That's what I think I'm gonna watch.
You know what? I think I'm gonna eat my oatmeal and get a beer, and I'm gonna watch The Woman King, which is now on Netflix.
Yeah, I need to fucking watch that movie.
Yeah.
I was gonna take that beautiful girl to go see it, but she kind of blew me off. Wow. That's the reason why I don't be messing with sisters. I'm just playing.
You just lost all clout forever. Congratulations.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
My baby.
That was a joke. 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 All right, sis. Peace out, motherfucker. And I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was either, and I wish you hadn't done it. All
I
right.
might cut it.
Just cut it.
Nah.
No, leave it.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in. I'm gonna leave it in. We just keep crunk in the club.
A third time? You tripling down?
Yeah, well, whatever. It is what it is. All right.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and donate. Donations help us keep giving you this free content each and every week. Until next time, outing 5,000. Peace.
Freedom over fame. Freedom over fame. The cycle stays the same.